but I guess when you get a lot of people together at the same time, that odd romances can happen that you don't fully expect.
Fuck off!
Do you know how, like, when you're drunk and, like, it's hard to answer? This is, like, right now. With your fucking jaundiced yellow skin.
Didn't like Skyfall either. Didn't like it.
Ah! I'm going to stab you with a rusty fork.
What? Why? Okay, tell me why I should like Skyfall then.
Now, I'm not going to tell you why you like Skyfall. I'm just going to tell you why I like Skyfall.
Well, okay, that's okay then. Go ahead.
I liked Skyfall because it was a way step up from Quantum of Solace.
Haven't seen it.
Good. You don't really need to go see Quantum of Solace.
Okay.
And yeah, there are some elements they used before in James Bond, especially Die Another Day. But Die Another Day was crap.
I only vaguely remember Die Another Day, but I vaguely remember it being crap. Yeah.
It's a lot of that Skyfall is just beautifully shot. It's like I love the entire empty office building and the fight with the gigantic billboard in the background.
Well, don't get me wrong, the cinematography in Skyfall was amazing, but I need more. I mean, this is what we were just saying about Avatar. Being pretty is well and good, but I need a little more substance, you know?
Well, there's a difference between being pretty and being very well shot.
I don't know if there is. It's all just an aesthetic.
Well,
that's all just an aesthetic. It's very pleasing on the eye, and you can appreciate, you know, the technicality. You know,
put it like this: Better Call Saul. Have you been keeping up with that?
I am only just watching Breaking Bad, mate.
Okay, I'm going to put this completely spoiler-free then.
Thank you.
No, because I am a benevolent Dutch.
And also, I would guess, you know, probably people listening.
Yeah, not everybody has seen Better Call Saul yet, I think.
Yeah.
It's only on its first season and it's just finished up its first 10th episode run. But the best thing about it at the moment is you can watch that without needing to know Breaking Bad.
It's a prequel anyway, right?
Yeah, it's a prequel anyway, but it's like it doesn't give away anything of Breaking Bad and it works as a standalone thing, which is the best.
Yeah.
So at one point, Saul is standing outside his brother's house and his brother is standing in the doorway, and it's shot from a relative distance, and there's this one tree in it, and I'm going to put up the picture right now, which you're not going to see for several weeks on end. That's the magic of editing, isn't it? And seriously, it is just a fucking neighborhood. I'll be honest, it's a neighborhood in New Mexico, but that shot is so good, and they have dialogue, and it just matches.
Yeah.
So it's beautifully shot, but it's not very pretty.
So, are we talking about Skyfall now, or are we talking about Saul now?
Oh no, that was an example.
That's just an example, but I mean,
the way things are shot doesn't mean necessarily it's very pretty.
Okay, and that applies to Skyfall.
Yes.
Which I guess, I mean, I suppose pretty is the wrong word to use to describe a film which is primarily grey.
Yeah.
Skyfall
isn't primarily grey.
I think it is, isn't it? Like, there's quite a lot of. It's raining in London, and there's big tower blocks, and then they go to Scotland. And it's all quite drab, which is
that's towards the end.
But I'm not even at the beginning. Like, even at the beginning, when Bond is ostensibly dead. Spoiler alert for Skyfall, the 10th biggest movie of all time. If you haven't seen it, you're an idiot.
Spoiler alert for Skyfall, where Bond is dead, and it's even in the theme song.
Yeah, exactly right. Like the bits at the beginning when Bond is ostensibly dead. That's all great. All tower blocks in London, and M looking out the window, looking a bit sad. And she's grey.
That's the start.
Her skin is grey and her hair is grey. Yeah, and there's a big chunk at the beginning. To be fair,
she's getting older.
There's a big chunk at the beginning where it's grey, and then there's a big chunk at the end where it's grey. I'm just saying, it's unusual for a Bond film.
I'll give you that.
If you can find me another Bond film as grey as Skyfall, I'll be shocked.
Okay, it is very grey in London, and it is very grey in Scotland.
True to life.
Real life.
Really?
But the bits in I'm not quite sure where they are. They must be somewhere in China.
Yeah.
Are they in
because
China?
the Komodo dragons and the fat Chinese guy.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's absolutely not great at all. And then the start where they are, I'm quite lost again on the geography where they are when the train happens.
Yeah.
That's all very bright lit as well.
Never addressed.
And then they go to that deserted island, which is actually a deserted island in real life, and there's a factoid for you.
Is it really? Wow, that's good.
Yeah, because it used to be a mining town, but then the mine depleted, and everybody just moved.
Alright.
They just put all the bicycles and stuff like, oh, they all ran away because I said it was a nuclear test site or something like that.
That's
Just
good.
for the
like
aesthetic.
that. Sam Mendes has done his own work, like.
So yeah, that island is real.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So that island isn't grey. It's very orangey, beigey.
It is, indeed. It is. Yeah,
I know it's not an improvement, but okay. So then
So
you have
So you've got good cinematography.
Javier
Wow.
Bardem, who
What else have
actually
you got?
does a very good villain, I think.
Well, the
He's-
thing with this
Yeah?
is this is one of the negative points for Sky. I was going to let you go all the way through it and like give you why it was good, and then I was going to have a rebuttal. But if I may, I'll interrupt just for the one minor point here.
Yeah.
Is that one of my main draws for going to see, because this was the first Daniel Craig Bond movie I'd seen.
Okay.
One of the big draw was I love Javier Bardem.
Okay.
I love Javier Bardem. I was like, Javier Bardem's in it. He is. Well, you know, when you see there's some people, if they're in a movie or a TV show, it's like that's just a seal of quality that they're in it. It
Yeah.
can't fail. He's
I have
one
that
of
with
those
Kurt Russell.
like Kurt Russell. Yeah, absolutely. He's much the same.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem, he's one of those guys for me. I was like, I'm going to go and see Javier Bardem. I don't know if this is just because it felt that long in the cinema, or if it's like, I haven't checked the runtime, but it felt like it was a good half hour, 40 minutes before he even turns up. It's fucking ages before Javier Bardem turns up. When he does, he's amazing. Don't get me wrong. That bit where he tries to queer Bond up. Oh man, that's the best. I don't know what he
I
was
think it's
doing.
actually in Act 2.
But it's
I don't think it's an hour. It has to be less than an hour.
fucking ages of it. It was I was just like, it's okay. I was in the cinema. I was like, it's gonna be soon. Bardem will turn up soon. And then when he did, it was great, but it took forever.
I did fucking love him. He was proper crazy, really. He was crazy without being insane, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sort of.
Like towards
unhinged.
the end when
Unhinged.
spoilers again for anybody who hasn't seen Skyfall,
The 10th
but you're
biggest
still
movie of all
listening to
time.
this.
The biggest
When-
British movie of all time as well, just to clarify.
When he's holding M and he's like threatening to kill her, and then he's like, "No, you have to do it," and then puts the gun in her hand, and then puts the gun against his head with her head right next to it. That's so fucking twisted.
Yeah. He's got,
That's-
it's weird. He
it's
calls
just
him
mad.
mommy at one point as well. Like. Yeah. That's good shit,
Pl-
yeah.
Plus, Skyfall was released during the... How old was Bond back then? The 50th anniversary?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so.
So he's older than Doctor Who, isn't he?
Yeah, he will be. So you got point number 1, we've got cinematography. Point number 2, Bardem.
Bardem. Yeah.
Right, that's cool.
Point number 3, it's just so fucking reference loaded. It's like, oh yeah,
Oh, but
Bond...
this is why it was bad again, though.
You think that's bad?
Yes.
I kind of like the fact they went
Because it muddies the already muddy waters of Bond's continuity anyway.
Well, there is no continuity in Bond until Casino Royale.
Let's not get into this debate anyway.
Well, I'll fight you on this because I'm very good on this.
I know you are. I know this is a thing close to your heart anyway. I don't really give a fuck either way. But I'm just saying.
So
I'm just saying it is a debated thing.
Let's just take the continuity as the Craig movies on their own, because that's what there is at the moment.
I guess so. Yeah. Okay.
So it's just so many references, and for everybody who's ever been a Bond fan, it's catering to you. It's like, oh yeah, hey, do you remember this? Well, you'll remember this as well.
But then if you're saying that these like the Craig movies are like this is new continuity standalone movies, don't fucking hark back to the old days then. Stand on your own. Like, come on.
There's nothing wrong with harkening back. It's like the only thing No, there's no the only thing. It's just they had the fucking cool car, and it's like, oh, it's just a car. But if you know James Bond, you'll fucking love the car.
But this is the thing, though, is that like, when I go to the movies and says Bond on the marquee, right? I want escapist fun. I want like, this is going to be ridiculous. There's going to be all kinds of big set pieces, all kinds of insane gadgets, and then when I'm in my home, walking around the house, I'll pretend that I've got access to this shit, because that's what all men do.
So
that's the point of Bond.
I think you might have just... this is the first movie of Daniel Craig you've seen, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then you'll probably have just a problem with the way
Daniel Craig's Bond... That's the main stumbling block. It's not.
He doesn't have any
James
gadgets.
Bond is meant to be fun. Daniel Craig is the least fun man alive. Like, he doesn't crack a smile once. There's a bit where he's there in the
Explosive alarm clock. It's the latest in plastic explosive. Now this looks like an ordinary camera. .220 high velocity. Now, nobody can use the gun but you. Don't use the flash! You might easily have killed him.
That's odd.
He's left his whole life behind and he's living in paradise. He drinks a shit ton. He climbs into the shower with some random brunette. And every time you get a close-up, he looks like it's the biggest fucking chore.
That's the worst day of my life.
Oh my god, I'm so dark and brooding. Why? Why is he so dark and brooding? Come on.
Okay.
Fuck off, mate.
This is kind
and
of
don't tell me it's because his wife got killed, because fucking it's not the first time Bond's wife got killed. That happened in one of the older movies, and he bounced back from it pretty quickly.
I would fight you on that again, but let's just skip that. I kind of like the fact they make James Bond with Daniel Craig very nasty, very gritty, because he's a shit arsehole in the books as well. So you're not really meant to like him, but okay.
But fuck the books, I am meant to like him, he's Bond.
I'm sorry.
Bond.
To be fair, my favourite Bond is Timothy Dalton, who after Daniel Craig...
would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he is. Who's yours then?
Mine, it's Connery, always and forever.
Sean Connery is the Han Solo of James Bonds.
But I don't like Han Solo, but I like Sean Connery.
I'm not saying Sean Connery is bad, I'm just saying Sean Connery, I think he might be overrated as James Bond, despite the fact he made James Bond.
This is why, like, it doesn't matter that, like, Daniel Craig, if you're looking at it from a purely cinematic standpoint, right, Craig's character is way more well-rounded, because, I know why he's dark and brooding. But I'm just saying, if it says Bond on the marquee, I don't want dark and brooding, I want fun, and I want gadgets. And you know the worst thing about the Sam Mendes Bond movie was the fucking bit where he meets Q for the first time, and he's shot, he's like, oh, you can use this weapon, Bond, you can use that weapon, Bond. But Daniel Craig's kind of like, what is that it? And I can't remember the exact line, but Q.
Did you expect an exploding pen?
And he just winked to the camera, and I'm in the cinema going, yeah, actually, I kind of fucking did. That's what I wanted from a Bond film, you know. And if you want if you want a big serious action movie, lads, there's no end of Mark Wahlberg fucking vehicles out there you can go and see. Don't make James Bond be that as well. James Bond is meant to be fun, escapism. He's judo chopping people. It couldn't possibly happen in a million years, but it's fun. Don't ground Bond in reality, because reality is boring and depressing.
Hang on. You have an Spanish or a Mexican, or at least, very least, a Latino gentleman on the run from a secret agent.
Yeah, and
in the London Underground.
Yeah, and they somehow made that a bit.
At one point, he's climbing up a ladder.
Yeah.
And he explodes a bomb. And he drops a fucking train on James Bond.
Don't get me wrong, right? It had its moments. Like the bit at the beginning, the JCB in the train. Oh, come on. But the bits in between where they're given fucking 10-minute diatribes about bloody cyber terrorism? Fucking hell.
To be fair,
was dull as fuck. That's not James Bond.
To be fair, I'm not a fan of cyber terrorism to begin with.
That should be a little 2-second, I don't know, some bloody hackers or something, some vague 90s shit.
the head of security for an exclusive prep school.
Good morning, children. Today is a very special day.
But there was one detail he overlooked.
There's big trouble now!
I'm always in trouble.
I fucking hated the bit where they go like, he's hacking our systems. Hack him back. Hack, 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 hack.
Yeah, what the...